No, we've spoken about all the fluffy stuff, right?
Hmm.
About getting married. Let's talk about beyond the wedding. Let's talk about planning for to get married. Like you are going to be a husband, I'm going to be a wife. How do you plan for that union? And let's start with counseling.
Oh yeah. So
Emmanuel has a love relationship with our counselor.
what do
He
you mean love
totally loves
relationship?
her.
What do you mean? Come
He
on.
totally loves
Shout
her.
out to Pastor Yemisi.
Pastor Yemisi Onilela, if you're watching, this guy is your fan. And I mean,
Yeah.
she did great for us. Sincerely,
But
she did
honestly,
really good for us.
honestly, counseling is underrated.
It
If
is.
if
It
if
is.
um if not for counseling, there are several things that we know now
Mm-hmm.
that we would
Mm-hmm.
never have gotten to know.
Mm-hmm.
And married people don't talk. Like people don't share.
Yeah.
People don't come out
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
tell very delicate, intricate stuff.
Yeah. The real gist, not like whatever. The real gist. People don't talk about it. Especially kingdom people don't talk about it. Like
Right,
Christians,
right.
they just get married and they're like, oh, whatever. We got married, to God be the glory. They don't come out and give us the teas. So
Right.
like
Pastor Yemisi was very real, and that's one of
she
the things
was,
I
yeah,
liked about her.
she was just down to
Yeah,
earth,
but Sumi,
guys.
like
I like how
Sumi had
we are on camera. Beg.
Sumi's
What are you talking
personality
about?
and Pastor Yemisi's personality was conflicted,
Pastor
right?
Yemisi
She
is
was clash.
choleric.
She was
She's
clashing.
choleric, and I'm also choleric. So
She was seeing
two
herself
choleric
in
people
Pastor Yemisi.
don't necessarily go
Yeah, yeah.
together.
For me, I was like, oh, it's. She was just giving me like Sumi vibes, so why not? I
No, no,
took
no,
it.
no.
She was very real. We talked about everything. We talked
No,
about sex. We talked about
yeah,
finances. We talked
yeah,
about in-laws.
yeah.
That's one
We
thing I
spoke
like.
about things. There's something she said that I would never forget. Is the quality of two people, is the quality of the marriage,
Yep.
and beyond that, she said what you love about this person when you guys get married is what's gonna piss you off. And I
Breaking
remember
news.
I fought that one. I was like, what are you talking about?
Blockbuster.
I love this man. Nothing about him is gonna piss me off.
Wait,
But lo and behold, we got
wait,
married, and Emmanuel would be like gentle in situations where I'm like, why can't you fight? Like, why can't you push it? And he's like, you'll just be chill. And when we were dating, I'll be like, I like chill. But when we got married, I'm like, no, you have to go out and
Fierce.
fight. Be
Be a lion.
fierce. And Pastor Yemisi's voice going at the back of my head. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
I guess she was right. I swallow my pride. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
counseling was totally life transforming
Of course.
for us.
Yeah.
The next thing we want, and Pastor Yemisi, we abstained during while dating, and so when we got married, we thought it was just going to be like rocket science, right? Like we'll sleep with each other and glory be to God. Pastor MC was like, are you guys going to wait before having kids? We were like, yeah. And she was like, what are you going to do? Do you have plans? And I'm like, what kind of plans? And she was literally giving us tips on like, oh, did you do birth control? Are you going to use pills? Like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, oh, I haven't thought about that. And so she gave us like an idea of like an off the counter pill we could buy. And I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
nobody told me that. Like nobody prepped me up
Hmm.
for that. So forever grateful for counseling.
And even when we got
I
married,
Yeah, we did use.
because yeah, sure, we struggled a bit.
Wait, we're gonna get
Struggled a
there.
bit.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
there, babe. We're gonna
So,
get there, babe. We're gonna get
all
there.
right, all right.
Anyways,
Anything for you guys.
anything.
This is a lot for me, actually. It's all right.
We did the counseling. We recommend counseling, guys. I and
Mhm.
Emmanuel highly
Yeah.
recommend counseling. If you're gonna get married, your church, your parents' church, look for a good, church and just get connected. And if you don't have a church, look for like an outside counselor who is like grounded. I mean, marriage is from God, right? Who is grounded in like God, and let them counsel you through marriage. Very
Like it's
important.
very important to discuss real issues.
Real
Most
topics
counselors will
too,
be
not
giving
like fluffy,
you
fluffy. Don't let them give you a
spiritual,
book and be like,
spiritual,
"That's your
real.
counseling."
Yeah.
Real stuff.
This
Now,
marriage is not play. Oh.
it's not play. It's not play.
Yeah, moving on, babe.
Let's go there. Where you are gonna go? Let's go there.
Yes, so my favorite section. We got married and we were like, oh boy, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
we were looking like, any problem? Like, do we have a problem? Do we need to get checked out?
Oh
We're
my
even considering
God.
surgery,
Yeah,
guys.
I was considering surgery because I'm
Surgery.
like, oh, maybe something is weird about my anatomy because
Right,
things
right.
that are supposed to be opening were not opening, guys.
But shout out to this woman here. And also social media. We
Oh
found
my
somebody on
God.
Instagram
We
who is a sex
did.
therapist. And
We'll link her in the
yeah,
description.
we'll drop a link in the description.
Yeah.
She gave us very useful tips,
We actually bought a course.
lubricants, that
Yes.
helps.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We bought a
figured it out.
course. I think it's like marriage for first time, like
Yep.
I think marriage for virgins. I don't know the name of the course anymore. And so we were supposed to do the course together. And so we watched many. It was like a recorded course. We watched those videos. I mean, it's not like porn or anything, but like real
Yeah,
tips on like
just
what to do, coconut oil
mhm.
and lubes and all of that.
Or just
And
biological pictures, like
yeah,
anatomy
yeah,
of
of like like we don't know how our body works. It's
right.
crazy. We got married like for sex when I was like 26,
Mhm.
and I still did not know like how my anatomy works, which is insane. So like if you have a girl child, like we need to do better, guys. Like it's
Mhm.
not enough to say, oh, abstain, don't have sex, don't get pregnant, and all of that. We really need to. I mean, like sex was created by God, so we really need to like
Yep,
you know
have
teach
that
people and
education. Tell
yeah,
people, let them know much.
yeah,
There's so
yeah,
much more we need to let out there. We don't want our
yeah.
kids picking up the information on the wrong side of the wall.
Exactly,
Before they get
exactly.
to that side, let's educate them. Let's
Yeah,
let
yeah.
them
I
know
know the conservatism
these
of
things are real.
Christianity. Like, let's tear the veil of that stuff. Like, so, yeah, like we really, really, really struggled, and we're doing long distance, so we had a timeline. We're like, am I gonna go back?
I have to figure this thing out before you go, or else you're not going back to the US. We have to do this thing. You understand? But I mean, thanks be to
Yeah.
God. We also prayed.
We also
We
prayed.
prayed, which was
Thanks,
very
babe. High
interesting.
five, high five, high five for
So
saying that,
it was weird though,
guys.
but we prayed.
I
We prayed about it.
remember very clearly. This was also Pastor Yemisi. She was telling
Mhm.
us during our counseling
Like,
that
and
we
you
can
guys
pray
prayed
about
about it.
anything,
Right,
and that
right.
even after having sex, we can pray about something we want. Like, we should just pray. And I was like, pray. And then after we started struggling, after we got married, we were like, okay, maybe we should pray about this. And I remember we actually held hands and we actually prayed about sex and said, God, like this is really hard. You created sex for enjoyment. Like, why
Yeah.
can't we just do it? Like, help us. And I think it was after then the sea just
The
parted
Red Sea
and
parted.
everything was. I was like, okay,
PG
okay.
PG 16.
PG-16, parental clinical advice. But yeah, I mean
Of
that's
course.
that's that's basically our whole story from getting married and preparing for that wedding to
Mhm.
actually getting married and like preparing for the marriage as opposed for just one day of
Right,
events.
right.
And we would say we still are doing. I mean, we still did therapy even though after we got married. So I would say we're still doing therapy, counseling. We still
Of
go
course.
for events if there's like any conference or anything. And we know it's going to help our marriage. We would like take off our shoes and one there. And we do not necessarily have a hard marriage. I feel like some people feel like when you go like invest in your marriage, it means you're struggling. Like we love
Mm,
each other, we don't fight, like we don't fight like crazy. We fight in a healthy way. We like compromise. I mean, we cry together, we laugh together. We like we've had our hard times,
right.
but I wouldn't say our marriage is like unhealthy to the point where we need counsel.
Toxic.
It's
Yeah.
not toxic,
Right.
but we know at the back of our minds that if it's going to remain sweet like that, we
You
need to
have to
keep
put in the work.
investing. Yeah, we need to put in the work.
Of course.
So definitely advise you guys like don't
Mm-hmm.
sleep on the
Mm-hmm.
on the marriage. Don't feel like oh now we are married like that's the end.
Right, right,
Like
right.
work at
Right.
it big
It's
time.
it's it's a wine, and
Yeah.
just imagine a wine, that you opened
Mm-hmm.
and you left opened. You
Magbe.
yeah,
It's,
it's
it's not
gonna get
dry
stale,
up.
it's gonna get bad.
It's gonna get stale.
So you
Yeah.
have to like preserve, you have to
Mm-hmm.
prune,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to nurture,
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
grow each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the biggest things is also like sharing your love stories, like sharing what you guys have going on with other people.
Mm.
We actively are trying to build a community of married
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
as friends. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's something you should also be looking at. Getting to know each other better and
Mm-hmm.
seeing your marriage
Mm-hmm.
through the lens of other people. Like
Yeah.
when other people
Yeah.
like give you
Yeah.
comments
Yeah.
about your marriage,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
helps.
It
It
helps.
lets
It
you know you are
helps.
doing something
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh. And sometimes you think I feel like we've had moments where we're like, our marriage is fine, we're doing great. And then you go
Mm.
for a conference or something, you hear something
You're
new.
challenged.
And you're like, oh my God, like we could really get better at so
Right.
so and so.
Right.
And so like that's what community does for you, right? Community of people who are married and want to stay married, right? Like you
Of
guys are
course.
like championing each other. So for sure, like that's our plug. Stay in counseling, keep therapy, pray about your marriage. If marriage is God's will, it means divorce is the will of the enemy. So
Of
fight
course.
fight for that marriage, fight
Of
for
course.
you guys' love in
Yes,
that sense.
absolutely.
But
Well,
yeah,
on that note,
on
right?
that note, yeah, we can end this. But thank you for hanging with us. Let us
As
know if you're getting
always.
married soon and you want more tips or whatever content you want next. And we would serve you. The
I
next,
was hoping we could see a lot of proposals during the last Valentine, like
I
from all
know
the
what
singles.
our
Oh, you guys, what's
followers, you
going on? What's
guys,
going
what's
on?
up? What's
Are the
up?
guys not coming? What's going on, guys? What's going on? You guys should go on your knees.
Yeah,
Eh?
did you go on your knee?
Propose.
Oh, you went on your knee. Okay.
What the heck? Are you talking about? Did you just forget our
No,
proposal?
no. I remember
My
clearly now.
proposal?
I remember clearly.
Go on that knee.
Don't go on
Please.
WhatsApp. Go on the knee. Anyways, we love you
Nice.
guys. Thank you for hanging and doing this journey with us.
Yes.
You know what? You guys need to start sharing these videos. This could really help somebody out there. And if not for anything, it could just be a good light video to, brighten their day up.
Yes, please.
So share our video. Our videos that have been shared have gone really well, and we get messages from people like, "Oh my god!" So yeah, share our video. That's your assignment for this free content.
And if you don't share our video, God will raise stones to share it for us.
Amen. Amen. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at the A Farm. Have a good life.
Bye bye.
Love.
Omalicha.